Hello everyone, welcome back to Key Comics Market Watch. Today I just have a small little haul that I bought off of Facebook Marketplace. It was a guy on there that he was selling over 400 books for $125. So of course, when I saw it, I had to go investigate and see what he had. I will say, just from the pictures that he had put up like 5 pictures. I was definitely interested. It was mostly all modern age stuff. But I saw a couple of things in the picture that just made me say, well, let me go check it out. And plus, over 400 books for $125 is a sweet deal. But when I got there, as soon as I started going through the boxes, mostly all the books were not bagged or board. Spine, oh man, so many spine ticks on the side. You had bent edges, like it just, put it like this. If the whole collection was bagged and board and was in mint condition, I just would have bought as soon as I would have walked in and saw all of them were bagged and board and saw them in mint condition, I would just bought them. Like for $125, I would just been like, here, let me take all of them, because he had a lot of great stuff. I mean, he really had some great books. So it was kind of a bummer that a lot of the books were just so mishandled and such bad condition. I mean, I would say most of them were in the 7 range, 7.0 range. Some were in the 6, and a couple were in the 8. But I don't, when it comes to modern books, they gotta be near mint. Like I don't want them if they're not near mint. I just don't see the point of getting them if they're not. Even if it's a high key, I still want it at least in a 9.4 at least. Now if it's a bronze age or a silver age, then I'm willing to go down in grade. I'm willing to go down in lower grades and buy them, because they do hold value, especially if they're silver age. Those definitely hold value in lower grades. But modern age, nah. So I was kind of bummed out. But the great thing was that he did have some books that were bagged and board. And the ones he had bagged and board, I was kind of happy to be able to pick out the ones that he did have bagged and boards. And there were issues that actually are key issues. So I was like, oh man. So I made my pile of stuff. I was putting stuff to the side that once I looked over them and saw they were the condition that I wanted, I put them to the side. And after I was finished, I had a nice stack. I basically had 48 books. No, was it 48? No, 38 books. I had 38 books. And I asked him how much did he want for them. And he basically was like, give me 50. And I was just like, oh, I was like, you want $50 for this stack of books when you was just about to sell over 400 books for $125? That doesn't, that's not the right math. And then he was just like, oh, you're right. So he thought about it, and he was like, all right, can you do 30? And I was like, I said, nah, I'll give you 20. And then he was just like, he thought about it, he was like, okay. So I gave him 20 for these books, and I definitely got a sweet deal. So basically, I got all the books for about 52 cents each. It's about 53 cents each. But if I would have got if I would have got the whole collection for $125, I would have been paying even less. But like I said, they just weren't in the condition that I wanted. So enough with the talking. This is what I got, you guys. These are the 38 books I got. So the first book I got was Captain America number 25, which is the death of Captain America. But as you all know, he comes back to life, because nobody stays dead ever. So, yeah. But anyways, I remember when this book first came out, it was a hot book. Man, I remember the variants were going for some money, and now it's cooled down so much that it's not going for a lot of money. But that's any book of any major character. When they first die, it's hot, then it cools down because they come back. So it's understandable. So, but I was happy to get it. I was happy that was one of the books. Then, of course, they had Ultimate Fantastic Four number 1. And I'm happy to get this because this is the first appearance of Reed Richards from the Ultimate Universe, and he winds up becoming the Maker. So it's definitely an important issue to have his first appearance because he becomes the Maker, and the Maker is definitely an important character in the Marvel universe of the 616 universe because he managed he managed to survive the Secret Wars thing and came over to the 616. So definitely an important character. And then Ultimate Fantastic Four issue number 2 has some other important first appearances from the Ultimate Universe, but I'm not going to get into it, but just happy to get it. And he also had issue number 3. So 1 through 3, and I was really, really just happy to get issue number 1 because that was the most important one out of all of them. Because like I said, the Maker is definitely an important character. Then he had Avengers Disassemble 500. I love this cover. If I remember correctly, it's a Finch cover. Yeah, it's a Finch cover. The artwork inside is awesome too. And in this issue, Scott Lang dies in this issue. But as you know, they all come back to life once again, like I say. So someone dies, you're just like, okay. It's coming back to life eventually. So it's not even important. Now, if comic books was actually to kill someone and keep them dead for a long, long time, like let's say 15, 20 years, then it would be important. Like people would actually take it seriously and that book will hold value. But since they kill a character and then maybe less than a year or sometimes maybe a year and a half, the character comes right back. So that's why it's just, death issues don't mean nothing to me. All right, so the Avengers variant edition, number 7, the blank variant edition. If I remember correctly, this is the issue where Red Hulk joins the Avengers, if I remember correctly, but I'm not sure. But I was just happy to get it because I need another blank variant. I plan on getting someone to do a sketch on this when I go to my next con that I go to. So definitely gonna take that with me. Then he had Transformers number 1 from DW. This is the Megatron variant. In fact, I like this book. The reason why I got it, because I don't even really have too much of Transformer comics, period. I do have issue number 1, and I have the last issue and the issue before the last issue. And that's it. I don't really have nothing else. But the reason why I got this is because when I saw it, and I saw the gatefold, like just this awesome cover, I was just like, man, I like this. And like I said, you know, it was cheap, so why not get it? And I knew it was a variant because I know the other cover has Optimus Prime on the front, the regular cover. So I was just happy to get it. And plus, this is Megatron the way he's supposed to look, the original look when they first came out when he was a gun. So just happy to get that. And then he had the Captain America Reborn, Alex Ross variant. This is, in fact, I haven't had a chance to read this, but I really like this Alex Ross variant. And it, you know, it was just another book that I added to the pile because I don't have it, so I was happy to get that. Then he had All-Star Batman and Robin, the Boy Wonder number 1. And I know the other cover, I think this is cover B or the variant, because I know the other cover has Batman on the front, so, or it's a connecting cover, I don't remember. But just happy to get this because I never had it, so happy to get that. And then All-Star Superman number 1, Frank Quinley cover. In fact, I remember I had a chance to get this book at another, when I ran into Long Box Love Affair, and I decided to just not take it. And this time when I saw it, I was just like, you know what? I should take it. So I took it this time. Alright, and I was very happy to find this. This is Ghost Rider Trail of Tears, issue number 2. I wish it was issue number 1. But this is a Clinton Crane cover. And what's great about this is like a 6-issue series. And it's basically, you see this shadow right here with the Dark Horse. This is a Ghost Rider before Just Blaze. I mean, I want to say Just Blaze. I just said Just Blaze. Oh my God. Before the first original Ghost Rider, well, Johnny Blaze. Before Johnny Blaze. Um, so they introduced this character in issue 1, and he actually has his powers a little bit. He has the powers of the Ghost Rider, but he also is able to do things that the other Ghost Riders can't do. So if you get a chance, pick up this miniseries. It's great. The art, Clint Crane did the inside and the outside. Oh man, it's great. It's great art, great story. So I'm definitely gonna be on the lookout for the rest of it. I definitely need issue number 1 because it's the first appearance of that Ghost Rider from that time. So definitely looking for that. All right, and then he had X-Force number 1. This is not the bloody variant, but another Clinton Crane cover, which I love. Love these Clinton Crane. Clinton Crane's starting to become one of my favorite artists. I mean, I really am enjoying his art. Like, it's especially the dark color. Like, he really knows how to use the shadows, and it's awesome. I just love his art. His art is awesome. So happy to have that. And then Spider-Woman number 38, which is for volume 1, and this is X-Men, Juggernaut, Black Tom, and Siron. I always forget how to say her name, but Banshee's daughter. They all guest star in this issue. It's a pretty good issue. I remember back in the days, this was a hot book just because anything that the X-Men was in was hot back then. Like, because remember, this is back when John Byrne was doing X-Men, so this was the new team and stuff. So it, like, whenever they guest appeared in anybody's book, that book became hot, like, instantly. So I remember this used to be a hot book. So glad to pick that up. And Candy X-Men 197. No real importance to this issue. It's a newsstand, but it's a 1985. So remember, in 1985, newsstand and directs were even. So really doesn't make a difference with this book. All right. Very happy this was there. Wolverine's Origin number 1, variant edition, the Michael Turner cover. Very happy and this is near mint condition. Very happy. This book goes for some money. It's even though it's been out for a while, it still goes for money. So especially when it's graded. So very happy to get that, and I love Michael Turner's art. So very happy to get that. And then Amazing Spider-Man 544, brand new day. No real importance to this issue, but it was there, so I just grabbed it. I don't have this. I didn't have this book anymore because the collection of during that time of that span, I had all the books of that, but I sold it. I sold that collection, so I don't have it anymore. So it was good to pick it up for cheap. So just grabbed it. I was happy to get this one though. Amazing Spider-Man 500. It's Scott Campbell cover and art. So just happy. In fact, no, he doesn't do the inside. I think he just does the cover. So John Campbell art. I say John. Oh my God, my mind is gone. J. Scott Campbell. Okay, all right. So oh man, I'm really out of it today. I don't know what's going on with me, but yeah, I was happy that was there. And then Origin issue number 4. And Origin issue number 5. So, in fact, I don't have none of the issues of the Origin. I had a chance to get all of them a couple of times. I just didn't grab it. But this time, like I said, since it wasn't that much stuff there that was actually still in good condition, that was in mint condition, when I did see certain stuff, I was just like, well, I want to make it worth my while. Even though he only lived like 10 minutes away, I took my time to look through all these books. I'm grabbing something. I'm taking some that I don't have. So those 2 books I didn't have. So I was happy to grab both of those. And Astonishing X-Men number 1. And just grabbed that because it was the #1 and it was there. I was like, might as well get it. Now, these are the books that I was really happy were there because these are the money books, okay? Well, not just money books, but these are the books that our first appearances are in it. So, you know how I am about first appearances. I'm a sucker for first appearances. Or they're books that I didn't have that I've been trying to get in near mint condition, and I'm so happy to finally get them in near mint condition, especially for 50-something cents a piece. So, Truth, Red, White, and Black, #1. And this is actually the first appearance of Isaiah Bradley, and he's the Black Captain America. In fact, his storyline, he's in the Marvel 616, and he's in continuity. So, yeah, in fact, do your history about it, and yeah, Black Captain America. So, yeah, Isaiah Bradley, he basically was part of the super serum, super soldier serum, that happened back when Captain America became Captain America. So definitely check the story out. It's very interesting. His history is interesting. I had to look it up, and I was like, oh man, I'm glad because when I saw this book over there, I did not know that it was the first appearance or it was any importance to it. It's just I have never seen this book before, and just the cover kind of, I was like, and it's a #1. I was just like, let me take this also. And like I said, it's a near mint condition, so when I did my research on it, I was like, oh man, I kind of lucked up by taking it. It was smart of me to take it, so I'm glad I did take it. So very important book, you guys. All right, then we got Uncanny X-Force #1, and this is the first appearance of Famine, which is Jeb Lee, and then War, which is Demarcus Furious. So it's two different Famine and Wars, not the ones that from X Factor that first appeared in X Factor. So, as you know, Apocalypse constantly changes his 4 horsemen. So these are two different wars and famines. So this is their first appearance in this issue, and it's Uncanny X-Force #1. So had to get it. So happy to get that. And then I was happy to get this Black Panther #4. This is the first appearance of White Wolf, and what's crazy is that I didn't even know this. Like, literally, when I saw the cover, I was just like, oh, a Black Panther that I don't have. So I just put it in the pile. But when I got home and looked it up, I was like, oh, shit. Actually, is this an important book? Like, I'm glad I grabbed it, and I actually read it and looked through it. And, yeah, interesting. I like it. So, in fact, he's only at the beginning of the book, White Wolf. So he's only at the beginning. He only appears for a minute. He's really talking to T'Challa, and they're having a conversation, and that's it. And then the rest of the book, he's not in it. So definitely a good introduction book, and I really like this cover. I have to say, when I saw the cover, that also drew me. Like, even though I knew I didn't have this book, I was just like, man, I like this cover. So very happy that it was the first appearance of White Wolf. So now I know next time when I'm out hunting, if I see this cover, I know what it is and I know to grab it. So, all right, so we got Solar Man #1. First appearance of Solar Man, and this is a Mike Zeck cover, which I didn't know until I looked it up. I was like, oh man, because I was just kept saying this cover looks kind of familiar. It kind of reminds me of Secret Wars, like the ships and stuff. Like, it just kind of reminds me of that art style, which is Mike Zeck, who did the first Secret Wars. So, yeah, I'm happy to get this. So, first appearance of Solar Man. This book, actually, to be honest with you, I don't run across it that often. And when I do run across it, a lot of times it's in terrible condition. Or, so I don't know exactly how many issues of this book is actually out there that they actually printed. And I don't know how many are out there that's actually in near mint condition. But I definitely am happy to get it for 50-something cents. So. And then he had Hulk #1. So, first appearance of the Red Hulk. Happy to get that. I remember when this issue first came out, and that was in my last collection also that I sold. And then when it first came out, I remember I bought like 7 copies of this book. And I had the variant editions too. And I wish I would have kept that. Oh my God. I got rid of so many awesome books that I wish I didn't sell in that last collection. But you know, as you can see, if you do enough hunting, um, you're bound to get them again. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I got me another first appearance, and it's in near mint condition. So happy to do that. And that's another thing I want to talk about. Like, just I really have to. I don't want to stress it, but I want to say that if you do enough hunting and you're really patient, you'll eventually start running into the books that you actually want in your collection or need. So you just got to be patient, you know. So, all right. So he also had Captain America number 34, the Alex Ross variant, which, as you guys know, if you see my videos, you know I got a CBCS 9.8 copy of this book, but I had the other cover, not this one. So I'm happy to now have two first appearances of, not first appearance, two first Bucky Barnes becomes Captain America. So glad to have, you know, the first time that he does that, and a graded copy, and I have the variant ungraded. But I'm definitely gonna get this graded because this looks great, you guys. So very happy to get that. And yeah, just patience is key. Definitely, patience is key. Definitely. So the New Avengers number 11. First appearance of Maria Lopez as Ronan. Yeah, I think her name's Lopez, but I remember it's supposed to be the first Ronin. And the thing that's kind of crazy about this issue is that you know, he also had this New Avengers number 1. This is supposed to be, I think it's the Virgin cover. I'm not sure, but this is the variant, and this issue number 1 that came out way before this. And as you can see, if you look, who's that right there? Ronan, right? So it's kind of crazy that this is the first appearance, but as you can see, he appeared on the first issue way before that. So that's the example I'm using of but they won't say this is his first appearance. They're gonna say this is his first appearance. You know why? Because he's not in the book at all. Like, even though he's on the cover, he's not in the book. As you can see, he's in the book in this. She's in the book in this one. So that's why this one is the first appearance and issue number 1 is not. So that's the example I want to use for the Red Goblin. Like, even though they made covers with him on the cover of the Amazing Spider-Man, what was it? I think 96 and 97, 96, 95 and 97. I think they made covers with him on the front as Red Goblin. But as you can see, none of those are considered the first appearance because he's not in none of those books. So the book that you guys have to look for the first Red Goblin is the one where he's actually in the book. So doesn't matter if he's on the cover before that or any of that, as you can see, because this is the perfect example that it doesn't really matter. All that matters is when they're inside the book in the story. So, and I was happy to get this issue number 1 Virgin. I mean, I was just happy. I mean, I was like, man, I've had issue number 1 of this, but not this cover. I had the one where they had each character like separated on each cover. Like, basically it was this cover, but you had Spider-Man or you had Wolverine, and then you could connect it all to make it the one cover of this right here. So, but I never had this one, so very happy to get that. Now, as you guys know, I'm not a big Batman fan. I like Batman, but I'm not one of his biggest fans like a lot of people are. But when I see a storyline or a book that I know is real important and I don't have it, I'm always happy to snatch it up as soon as I can. So I was very happy that he had Batman 608. Now, you know, it's the beginning of the Hush storyline. Now, this is not the variant. This is not the second printing. But just to get it in near mint condition for 52 cents, I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because I don't have it. And not only that, I was happy because issue 609 was in there too, near mint condition. And this is the first appearance of, what's the guy's name? Damn, I forgot. Some Thomas. Was Isaiah Thomas? No, I'm saying. Some Thomas, Isaac Thomas or something. I don't remember. But it's a very important issue. It's basically the guy that becomes Hush. It's his first appearance. So definitely an important issue, and I love this cover. Jim Lee's art. Man, that's an awesome cover, I have to say. And then also he had issue number 614. Awesome Joker cover. Continuance of the Hush storyline. And then 618. And then he also had issue 619, the second Prince Riddler variant, which I really, really like this variant. I love it. So I was happy to get these Batmans all, basically for 52 cents a piece. So very happy, near mint condition. Oh man, happy to add those to my collection. And then also he had new X-Men 115, which is, and this is the variant, which is the first appearance of Negasonic Teenage Warhead. And as you know, she's in the second Deadpool movie also, not just the first one. So this book still commands some money. So I'm very happy to finally get this in my collection because I don't have it, and I finally got a copy. And, happy to have the variant. So, and then, of course, also issue 114 of New X-Men. First appearance of Cassandra Nova. I was bummed out that he didn't have the first appearance of Phantom X. Like, I was looking for it. He had a couple other New X-Men issues that were leading to that, but they were all kind of spine ticks all over, and they were terrible. But I was looking, I was just like, man, if he got the first Phantom X, I'm gonna really be happy. But he didn't. So, but he did have this X-Men Deadly Genesis #1, and I don't have this book, and I'm happy to finally have it because it's the first appearance of Vulcan, which is Cyclops and Alex's brother, Omega level mutant, very important mutant. He's done a lot of damage in the comic universe, so very happy to finally have this in my collection. I've actually had a chance to get it a couple of times, but the couple of times that I could have got it, they were not in. It had too many spine ticks. I was just like, man, I like I said, with modern books, I just wait. I know that eventually, if I keep hunting, I'm going to get the copy and the grade that I want, and I finally did. So patience pays off every time. And hunting pays off every time. You gotta hunt. You gotta look. If you don't look and you just like, I'm not gonna look, then you're not gonna find. So you gotta look. And then he also had Dark Avengers #1. First appearance of the Iron Patriot. So happy to add this. This is probably like my 5th copy of this one. So happy to add another one. And last but not least, I did not have this book in my collection. In fact, I never had this book in none of my collections. It just so happens when this book first came out, I missed out on it. And then it was so hot that I was just not willing to pay the type of money that it was going for at the time. But I would say this, the book has cooled down a little bit, but not by much. In fact, I looked up to see how much this issue has gone for in the past couple of auctions for Comic Link, and it still commands money. And not only that, I was happy that not only did I find this book in near mint condition, but this is the first printing. It's not the director's cut. It's just the first printing, and I'm glad it's the first printing because if it was director's cut, I would have been bummed out a little bit. But the issue I'm talking about is Kick-Ass #1. So very happy to finally have this in my collection, especially after reading the new Kick-Ass with the new character that's in it that I'm loving that storyline. So very happy to finally have this issue #1 in my collection. A valuable book. I'm definitely getting this graded. It looks amazing. And for 52 cents, how could I go wrong? So this haul right here was just awesome. I loved it. But I do wish that he had all those books in the same condition as these books, because if he did, oh my God, he had some other books that I just like, man, once I really am upset that he did not take care of them, and I was just like, man, if only he would took care of these books. But for $20, how can I complain? I really can't, and I didn't drive far, so that's basically it, you guys. I definitely just want to keep stressing hunting will pay off if you do it. Look at Comic Link. You can look at eBay. You can look at Facebook Marketplace. You can look on Craigslist. Go to thrift stores. Just go to comic book stores. Look through the bins. I mean, go to antique shops. I mean, it's just so many ways to go hunting, and I definitely suggest you hunt, like really hunt, because the deals are out there. You can find what you need. You just gotta be patient, which I definitely have a lot of patience, and I do a lot of hunting, and I feel like my hunting has definitely paid off, because my collection has grown a lot, like within this past year of just me hunting. Like, I've really been finding a lot of great books for a lot of great prices, and it's just the hunting. You got to do it. And another thing I want to let you know is that, like let's say you look on Facebook Marketplace, and when someone lists stuff, even though you're looking at it, a lot of times you'll be surprised. Like, they don't even like, the pictures don't even show the best stuff they have. Like, let's say they have a collection of 150 books, and they want $100 for it. Now you're saying, and let's say they put the books on there, but they got like 5 photos, and it shows about maybe 50 of the books. So you still don't know what the rest of them are. So you have to, like, you can't assume, oh, they're just gonna be just like the ones they show, because a lot of times the people that are selling these books don't even know what they have. Like, they don't realize what's key, what's not key, or they just didn't bother to put in the picture. And a lot of times the best books are the ones you don't see in the pictures that they have. So it pays to get in contact with them. Just ask them when you could come see them. Go see them, and you'll be surprised. You'll be like, oh man, these weren't in the picture, and you wind up finding great stuff that you're in key books that you didn't see in the pictures, and you would have missed out if you just would go off the pictures. And you're just like, oh, it's nothing in that picture. Let me go on to the next thing, So definitely, when it comes to stuff like that, you should definitely go see for yourself anyway, because it pays off. It pays off in the long run. You'll be surprised what books they don't put in the pictures. So I'm definitely, because none of these books right here that I just showed were in any of those pictures. Like, he had, in his pictures, he had like the full run of Planet Hulk. He had the full run of Secret Wars, of the second Secret Wars, not the first one. He had like full run of just certain, like, what else? He had House of M, just runs. And like I said, I mean, he had some other great books that just were in such bad condition. I just wish, man. But the point of it all, like I said, is you just got to go hunting. Hunting is very important, and don't let them pictures fool you. Don't let the pictures fool you, because 9 times out of 10, there's other great books in that collection that they're not showing in the pictures. So definitely, it's best to just get in contact and go look for yourself. So that's it. The video is long enough, 34 minutes. Thank you, everyone, for getting me to 670 subscribers. I just made, my last video was prizes 5, 6, and 7 of my 1,000 subscriber contest. So check that video out. I did it with my daughter, and we had fun doing it. And the contest ends when I hit 1,000 subscribers. So put your videos in as soon as possible. But I definitely want to give huge shout outs to everyone for just constantly looking at my videos, and I thank you guys for everything. I love my comic book community. Like, subscribe, hit that bell to get the latest notification. Don't forget, don't skip the skippable ads, even though I don't have ads. But regardless, if you go see someone else's channel and they have ads, don't skip the ads. Let the ads run all the way through so Google could pay them for the ads. You know what I'm saying? So support that channel by doing that. And also, check out my link at the bottom. I have an Amazon store. I sell all types of stuff. Check out what I have on Amazon that I'm selling and support my Amazon by buying stuff off my Amazon, and I appreciate that. And that's about it, you guys. Peace. Happy comic book hunting, my comic book brothers and sisters.